Welcome back to our channel. We recently put out a video about the 5 best neighborhoods in Punta Gorda, and while putting that video together, it clearly stood out to us that the #1 most popular neighborhood in Punta Gorda, if you can even call it a neighborhood anymore, is Babcock Ranch. It is the 5th fastest growing master plan community in the entire United States. So because of this and the fact that it is now so big, also that it was originally planned to grow into a town all its own at some point, probably in the not too distant future. And also because really it's quite a ways removed from what most people have traditionally considered Punta Gorda. We decided to split it out and make a separate video today all about the 5 best neighborhoods in Babcock Ranch because yes, it is that big now. Now, because this channel is geared towards people new to Southwest Florida and unfamiliar with the different areas, cities, towns, and neighborhoods, I'm going to tell you a bit about Babcock Ranch before we get into the 5 best neighborhoods. So please stick around, hear a little bit about Babcock Ranch itself, and then we'll get into those 5 best neighborhoods. You don't want to miss which one you might want to move into. So Babcock Ranch is currently a part of Punta Gorda, Florida. That is the city that it has attached to its address. It is on the very eastern edge of Punta Gorda and straddles the border of Charlotte County on the north side, north half of the community, and Lee County on the south side. It will likely, probably in the not too distant future, maybe a couple years out still, but it will likely get its own official address in the not too distant future, switching away from the Punta Gorda address that it has now. Now, if you are familiar with Babcock Ranch, can you believe? I know I can't. There's already 24 different neighborhoods, either already fully built out, yes, some of the neighborhoods are already completed and sold out, or are in the process of being built or in active development and opening within the next few months. It's just crazy to me that just a few years ago, it was nothing, and they've already got 24 different neighborhoods going. They've been selling homes in Babcock since 2017, and as of the end of 2023, there were almost 3,700 homes sold, and over 3,000 of those already completed and occupied. But yet, we are still in the early stages. This thing has a long ways to go. It is planned for roughly 19,500 homes when it's complete. So when I say it will be its own town when it's done, I mean it. By the end of 2024, we expect Babcock to have over 10,000 residents already. Now, if you aren't familiar with Babcock Ranch, or maybe you've heard of it, you know where it is, but you don't really know a whole lot about what went into the planning and design of it. I know a lot of people don't. They just saw this new random huge master plan community pop up in the middle of what most people thought was a lot of wilderness. It was actually a big chunk of a cattle ranch and farm, and they purchased the property a while back. Like I said, started building and selling homes back in 2017, but it was designed really with lifestyle and the environment at the heart of everything that they do in Babcock. It is the first solar-powered town in the entire United States. Yes, every home and building in Babcock Ranch is solar-powered. Now, that doesn't mean that every home and building has big solar panels on the roof of the home, which can freak some people out. Also, some insurance companies for that matter. So it is an option if you so choose. But basically what happened is the developers of Babcock Ranch partnered with FPL, which is, for those new to Florida, Power and Light, to build a massive solar power plant on part of Babcock Ranch land. That power plant is producing enough electricity to power every home in the neighborhood, every home and building, so all the commercial buildings as well. In fact, because of the energy efficient design of the homes from each of the builders involved in the development, there's enough energy being generated to power over 22,000 homes. So it will actually produce more power than the projected number of homes in the community will use. So I said lifestyle and environment. So what is the lifestyle like in Babcock? The idea was to allow it to live more like an old-fashioned town where everyone knows everyone and you can get together outside the town store for a cold soda or a coffee, or at the local watering hole for a beer or a glass of wine, where the neighbors go to Food Truck Fridays to meet old friends and new neighbors, or the local ball field on the weekend to support the neighborhood kids. Half of the over 18,000 acres has been reserved for green spaces to allow plenty of what we call third spaces, which are free places, free as in it doesn't cost anything, for residents that they can go to separate from their home, school, or work to get in some relaxation, recreation, to get that R&R time in. So basically you can get away from your home, you can get away from your office, you can get away from your school, kids to go have places to hang out and play. So over half of the 18,000 acres is reserved for green spaces and parks and activities. Also, over 90% of the developed land, so the land that they're actually building homes on, was already previously modified. So it was not natural wildlife preserve. It was either pasture for the cattle, it was farmland, or it was mines that had been used previously and deactivated. So very little of actual natural land was or will be modified to accommodate the development. And they also took a lot of the previously damaged wetlands and spent a lot of time and energy and money restoring them in developing this, specifically in the Curry Lake Preserve, which, so like I said, all of that's been restored now. So all of this was done knowing that people are happiest living a balanced life, which includes balancing work and school with fun and nature. Hence the roughly 50-50 split between the residential commercial development and nature. So it was also set up with the idea of not having to travel long distances to take care of your regular needs. So there's town centers, and there are going to be multiple of them spread out throughout the community. So Babcock isn't small, like I said, over 18,000 acres, but it is designed to be very walkable as well as bicycle and golf cart friendly. One of the few areas in Southwest Florida where bike lanes are on the roads. All the main roads have bike lanes. So super bike friendly, sidewalks all over the place, and you will see golf carts everywhere. They even have special golf cart parking at the town centers. So super, super friendly for that. So you're not needing to get in your car and drive miles to get to the nearest grocery store or restaurant or even to see your doctor. That's right. Babcock has partnered with Lee Health and built the Lee Healthy Life Center right in Founders Square, which is the central square of the West Town district. Babcock's broken into 3 separate districts: West Town, Midtown, and East Town. West Town is the one that has primarily been built in so far, and Midtown is in development with most of the new neighborhoods that are just that either have just opened or are just opening up in the near future, and East Town will come later. So at that Lee Healthy Life Center, they have primary care doctors, physical therapists, a full gym with personal trainers, fitness classes, sports courts, and a lap pool. So you can join the gym. That gives you access to all of those things. There's also over 50 miles of walking and hiking trails. Like I said, bike lanes on the main roads, and the entire town is golf cart friendly. Also, in keeping with the idea of not having to travel long distances, Babcock has its own schools, both the Babcock Neighborhood School, which caters to kindergarten through 8th grade students, and then the newly opened Babcock High School, both of those incorporating a special focus on green STEAM projects. Another way Babcock has incorporated the environment is it was designed, considering we're in Southwest Florida, with storm safety in mind. Number one, the entire community is outside of any storm surge area. So you're not having to worry about any major storm surge coming from major hurricanes. All of the homes and buildings are required to incorporate either storm shutters or impact resistant windows. All community components like bench parks and trash cans are fully anchored. And the new high school field house was designed to meet the most stringent storm shelter requirements and therefore doubles as a shelter for the town, as well as many of the other public buildings were designed to meet shelter-in-place requirements in case they're needed for overflow. And even down to building design and orientation, as well as street design, all of those things were set up and taken into account. So the way the streets were laid out, the way the buildings were designed, the homes were designed, they're all set up and meant to minimize any kind of storm damage. And let's not forget about fun and recreation. Founders Square, besides all of the fitness stuff we already talked about, you have the Lake House Kitchen and Bar, Slater's Goods and Provisions, Square Scoops Coffee and Creamery, and the Curry Creek Outfitters for your dining, grocery, snacks, and shopping, plus the Lake Timber and Cypress Lodges, which both have pools, clubhouses, playgrounds, and game lawns available to all Babcock residents, no matter what neighborhood you live in. Plus, many of the different communities have their own private neighborhood amenities, as you will see as we get into those 5 best neighborhoods. And then there is also the newer shopping center that they just finished maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, with the brand new Publix, and of course all of the associated outbuildings and restaurants, shops, and I believe there's a dentist's office in there now too. So really everything you need right within Babcock already. Thanks for sticking with us. We're getting into the 5 best neighborhoods in Babcock Ranch now. So if you are a local sticking around and watching this, please tell me if you agree or disagree. And if you do disagree, which neighborhoods do you think are the best and why in the comments? These are in no particular order, so don't think that I am ranking them. These are just my top 5. So we're going to start with Babcock National. This makes the list because it is a really nice, modern, affordable country club, and currently the only completed country club inside Babcock. Although Webb's Reserve just recently opened for sale as well, since Babcock National is nearly sold out and Lennar just cannot go without having a country club under construction in any town in Southwest Florida that they build in. In all fairness, they do a really good job with their clubs, making them very nice without being overly costly to maintain, which is what turns most people off as country clubs tend to age. Babcock's a very fun 18-hole Gordon Lewis designed course that is challenging enough to keep advanced golfers engaged without scaring novices. I've played it away, and has a fantastic clubhouse with pro shop, all of the desired practice facilities as well. So you have putting green, chipping range, driving range. Driving range is water range, so that's always fun. So they've got everything that you want and need, but it is a very affordable setup. Plus, of course, being a country club, it can't be all about golf. It's got to be about the club activities too. So they've got an amazing clubhouse, resort-style pool, tiki bar, fitness center, full-service spa, and also for those of you that are maybe not golfers or are also tennis and pickleball players, they've got a full tennis and pickleball center as well. So we're going to have to see how the two compare once the amenities are all done at Webb's Reserve, and then we can check them out and see which one we like better. As of now, Babcock National offers multiple different types of homes, including 3 different types of condos. They have a base price starting in the mid-200s, and they range up to the mid-400s all in. So again, when we're talking brand new homes, if you haven't seen my videos before, I'm going to tell you that the base prices are where they start. They do not include home site premiums. They do not include any options in those prices. But when I say the mid-4s all in, that's talking your typical options and upgrades and home site premiums and everything you can be in the mid-4s for the most expensive ones. So, and some of those condos are really, really, I mean, they're all nice, but the larger ones, especially the coach homes, I really personally like. Those things live basically like a single family home. They're like 1,700, and for the downstairs units, roughly 1,700 square feet, and the upstairs are like 2,200 square feet. So you could live in those things all year round very, very comfortably. And then the single family homes with the base price ranging from the 480s, and then the most expensive homes all in, currently the most expensive home for sale in Babcock National is about $1.1 million. Babcock National provides all of the excitement and activities you could want. Next up is Regency. Regency is a fantastic new luxury community and also currently the only 55 and over community in the new Midtown area of Babcock Ranch. So like I said, Midtown is the new section that they've just recently opened, just recently developed and started opening neighborhoods in. Regency is one of those brand new neighborhoods. And I wanted to talk about Regency because until now, Babcock has had a couple of gaps in the market that have really been underserved. One of them being non-custom luxury. So they have the typical builders, your mainstream builders, and they have custom home builders that we'll talk about as well. But they really didn't have anybody that did that was a true luxury builder, but not fully custom. And so there was kind of a gap in the price range in the market there. And number two, the other big gap was there were no 55 and over communities. So now there is. Toll Brothers is the builder that is building in Regency, and they've covered them both in this one community. Toll Brothers is very well known for being the #1 luxury non-custom home builder in the country, and they build incredible homes. They consider Regency to be a low maintenance, what they refer to as an active adult community, which basically means they maintain pretty much everything outside of the homes themselves. So lawns, landscaping, all the amenities, and they have great amenities or will have. They're not quite built yet, but they are in the process. So we'll have great amenities built out and activities, full-time activities director with stuff planned out. So all you have to do is show up and have fun. What those amenities are going to include is 2 clubhouses. One of them is going to house the social areas and the other will house the fitness areas. There's going to be an incredible resort-style pool with spa, tennis, pickleball, shuffleboard, and bocce courts. Also a putting green. And they're also going to have an indoor golf simulator. So if you like golf, but you don't necessarily want to get out in the heat, you can do the indoor simulator there instead of going over to Babcock National and playing. But it is right around the corner from Babcock National. So if you want to go play there, you can do that too. They have 3 different series of homes available. All of them are currently being built and available for sale. The smallest are the attached villas, and they are also the most affordable. They're going to start between $380 and $400, depending on which floor plan you choose. And there are 3 different floor plans to choose from there. Quick move-in homes are going to run from $385, so you can actually get one pretty darn close to that $380 price range, up to $535, depending on the options and upgrades and home sites that you choose. Those are quick move-ins, so they do have stuff that you can get into within the next month, 2 months, 3 months, or you have the ability to pick and choose, pick a home site and pick what floor plan you want, pick out all your options as well. The 2-car garage single-family homes start from $470. The base prices are $470 to $500, depending on the floor plan, and the quick move-ins currently are running between $552 and $700. And then the larger 3-car garage homes, base prices are $536 to $617, depending on the floor plan. And the quick move-ins are currently running between $735 and $800. So that kind of gives you an idea of the range. You can get them higher if you want to go with all the options and upgrades, pools, most expensive home sites, and all of that. So you can probably touch into the $1 million range if you want to. So that was second of our top 5. Stick around, make sure you see the last 3. Third on the list we're going to talk about is Townwalk. I am taking a bit of a shot in the dark here with Townwalk because it's a brand new neighborhood. They have virtually nothing built yet. They do have a few homes. Their first buildings are under construction right now as we're shooting this. But also because I don't know anything about the builder. Park Square is the builder building Townwalk. They are new to Southwest Florida. This is the first community they've built anywhere in Southwest Florida. But they've been building for over 40 years. They've built a lot of communities in Orlando. So just recently came down to Southwest Florida and jumped into Babcock Ranch. So what I know about the community in doing my research there is that first of all, one of the reasons I chose it is because they're mixing in a townhome neighborhood, which is another thing that really has been missing from Babcock. They've got condos only in the country club community, so they really don't have any multifamily type buildings anywhere in Babcock Ranch except for the condos in the country club community, which then that's really catering towards that country club lifestyle. And so I was hoping to see a little bit more of a multifamily type product within Babcock. And so Townwalk is really the first that's not in a country club, other than they do have some attached villas in a couple of the other neighborhoods, but really that's almost like single family home too. So mixing in a townhome neighborhood, this really helps with the current affordability issues that really everyone is facing all across the United States and for the most part all across the world right now, where just prices of homes have just gone up drastically, as well as the cost of maintaining them, insurance, taxes, all of that goes up as well. So it was really nice to see them bring this in and get into a little bit lower price point that as Babcock has grown is kind of gotten priced out of. Townwalk is in Westtown. Still, it's one of the few new communities still happening in Westtown. Most of Westtown, most of those neighborhoods, there are still a few parcels of land that are not under development yet in Westtown, but most of it's already developed and in the process, and a lot of it's close to being finished already. One of the few new ones still in Westtown. It's only a 5-minute walk to Founders Square. Yes, I said walk. That's really nice, being close to everything. And the homes range from a little over 1,500 square foot, 3-bed, 2.5 bath with a 1-car garage, up to 4 bedrooms plus a loft, 3.5 bath with 2-car garage, and up to a little over 2,000 square feet. And they start in the very, very low 300s. All in pricing, there are some currently under 325 for the smaller ones, and the larger ones are coming in under 400. And also very low HOA fees. So it really, really checks all those boxes in terms of from an affordability standpoint, Babcock. Next is one I'm really excited about. It's another brand new community that just opened in the new Midtown section. And the reason I'm so excited about it is because it is such a unique community. There's just really not a whole lot like this, at least not in Southwest Florida. And that's Tucker's Cove. So really geared specifically towards fun in the water and outdoors. Tucker's Cove is the ultimate water park neighborhood in Southwest Florida. Yes, that's right. I said water park. They are building a water park inside of a community, which I think is really cool. Something that, like I said, we just don't see here in Southwest Florida. So it is going to have a full-on water park inside its gates. And I know you're probably thinking this place is going to be crazy expensive. I thought so too when I heard about it. And I'm not going to lie and tell you it's cheap, but it is definitely not as expensive as I thought it might be. So if this is something that interests you, you might be pleasantly surprised. So let's talk about what I mean when I say water park, because of course it could just be like one stupid little dinky slide and a community pool, and they're calling it a water park, but that's not it. There's going to be a lazy river. There are going to be multiple slides, like big slides, not just like little kid baby slides. There's going to be a luau beach, multiple pools, multiple parks, and also a ton of sports courts. There is a kayak and canoe launch on the lake. That's another cool thing. I don't remember if we mentioned earlier or not, but Babcock Ranch, a lot of these lakes are usable. They allow canoeing and kayak, electric motored boats, just not gas powered. They even rent them at at Founders Square. So they will have a canoe and kayak launch in Tucker's Cove as well. So you can explore the lakes by boat. The clubhouse is going to be completely shipwreck themed. It is legit supposed to look like a shipwreck, like a huge ship wrecked on the beach there. And there's going to be a full bar and restaurant. So when you get home from a long day at work, you can wander down to the beach and tavern to recharge without even having to drive anywhere. If you don't even have to get in your golf cart if you don't want to. You can literally walk. You don't even have to go to Founders Square if you don't want. If you're an athlete, like I said, tons of sports courts. Tucker's Cove has you covered with just about every type of court or field you can think of. So let's go down the list. Baseball, basketball, soccer, pickleball, tennis, volleyball, bocce, and a fully equipped fitness center, dog parks to make sure that your four-legged friends can get their exercise in too. And of course, as we talked about throughout all of Babcock, you've got direct access to all of the walking and hiking trails throughout the entire town. Now, talking about the cost of having a water park, beach, and bar all in your backyard, here's what you're looking at. You can get into a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage attached villa for just over $300,000. They're also going to have townhomes in the 300s, though they're not yet quite available for sale, so we don't have exact pricing on them. But my guess is probably pretty similar to those villas, the low to mid 300s. They do have 2-car garage single-family homes as well that start at about $375,000. That's for an 1,849 square foot home with 3 bedrooms and 3 full bathrooms with, I believe I said, 2-car garage. And then they also have their larger 3-car garage series that are going to start at about $430,000. So not too bad. Those are pretty reasonable prices. Although I will say, keep in mind, those are the base prices on the smallest homes in each series. So once you factor in a home site premium, plus any options or go to a larger home, that will probably go up into the mid to high 3s on the villas and townhomes, mid 4s on the 2-car garage homes, and into the 500s for the 3-car garage homes. If you're going to throw a pool onto any of those homes, that's going to add somewhere in the ballpark of probably another $80,000 to $120,000, depending on exactly what pool package you go with. And for the HOA fees, also not crazy bad. They're considering most communities throughout Southwest Florida, you're going to run in the $250 to $350 or $400 range. HOA fees here are in the $475 to $530 a month range, so it's really not bad. Still cheaper than than most of your country club communities, and with still a ton of really cool amenities. All right, so last but not least, I'm going to talk briefly. I'm kind of grouping 2 communities into one because I want to talk about the rental communities within Babcock Ranch, because most likely everybody else is going to ignore them. There are a ton of great communities that you can buy homes in, but let's face it, not everybody wants to buy a home. Some people want to rent. And so I wanted to touch on the fact that there are rental communities, homes, both single family and apartments, geared specifically towards those that want to rent rather than buy, or maybe you want to rent temporarily until you're in a position to buy. Whatever it may be, you want to live in Babcock, but you're not in a position or you don't want to buy a home, they have you covered there as well. So 2 different rental communities within Babcock. They are Canopy, which is the apartment complex where you can rent. They've got studios, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, or 3-bedroom luxury apartments, and they have very nice exclusive amenities specifically for the community, like a clubhouse, fitness center, and community pool. Studios are going to start at about $1,600 a month, and then the large 3-bedrooms start at about $2,900 a month. So kind of give you an idea of pricing and what your options are. You're going to be somewhere for the 1 and 2 bedrooms, somewhere in that range. And then the single family home community is called Flatwoods. It is, all the homes in there are rental homes, and every home is pet friendly. So those of you that are struggling to find a rental where they will let you have your pets, I know it's crazy, ridiculous that so many owners are against renting to people with pets. I also understand from their standpoint, pets can theoretically do more damage. Sometimes, maybe many times they do. But it's still really, really frustrating that if you don't own your own home, it's really hard to find a place that will rent to you if you have a pet. So Flatwoods is the spot. Every home is pet friendly. Every home has a fully fenced backyard. They've got 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, and 5-bedroom homes. So even if you're a larger family, you got options, or smaller family, perfectly fine as well. Like I said, 3, 4, and 5-bedroom homes. There's 3 different floor plans. There's a 3-bedroom plan, a 4-bedroom plan, and a 5-bedroom plan. Because they are not built yet, we don't have pricing on them. So they're in the process. All of these homes are under construction right now. Canopy is open and leasing. Not all of their buildings are completed yet, but they're building them in phases. And so they do have available rentals in the apartments right now. But as far as Flatwood goes, they're also building in phases, but they really started development more recently than Canopy did. And so they don't have anything ready just yet, but they are coming soon. So as soon as we know, we will let you know what those are going to run. So those are our top 5 neighborhoods within Babcock Ranch. Thanks as always for watching. I really hope this helps you kind of give you some info and insight into Babcock Ranch. If we didn't mention a community that you are interested in, there are a ton. Like I said, there's 24 communities. So if we didn't mention the one that you're interested in, it doesn't mean that it's not a good community. Just didn't make our top 5 list, but really anywhere in Babcock is great. Really awesome setup. They really did a great job in designing the entire town. So I'm a big fan. If you have questions, or if we didn't mention your neighborhood, or like I said, one that you're interested in, shoot us a comment, call, text, email, reach out to us, ask us questions. We're happy to help in any way we can. And for those of you, like I said, if you disagree, drop it in the comments. I'd love to discuss. I'd love to hear why you think that one of the other neighborhoods should have made it instead. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want notifications every time we drop a new video, make sure you hit the bell.